The thing that's awkward is when your dad tells your mom he's gay.
Hello guys, my name is Brad, and this is some Modern Warfare 3 L118 gameplay on Modern Warfare 3. And today I want to talk about hate crimes, because just recently a kid got beat up, and what makes it different than any other case, because I'm sure they happen all the time, is that it was actually videotaped by the retards who did it. Now, according to Wikipedia, which by the way is kind of blocked right now because them and a couple of other people, a bunch of websites are blocking themselves to protest SOPA and blah 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 blah. But I was able to get on Wikipedia because what I did was I basically hit the print screen button and that copies the page. Because when I clicked on the link for defining hate crime, it showed it for like a second before going away, so I just copied. Whatever, that doesn't matter. So Wikipedia says in crime and law, hate crimes, also known as bias-motivated crimes, blah blah blah, occur when blah blah blah. It's an attack on someone because of their social group, racial, religion, sexual orientation, disability, class, ethnicity, nationality, age, gender, blah blah blah. Essentially what it says is a hate crime is basically attacking someone for being different. That's what it should be. I mean, could you consider it being a hate crime because I bitch slapped someone for having a different mood than me? I guess you could say that. But the idea of a hate crime, I don't really understand, because, you know, if someone's racist, right, whatever, that's their beliefs. If they don't like someone's race, whatever, fine, that's their problem. But when they start attacking people for it, does that make the crime more heinous? More heinous? I don't think it should, because people can get a bigger sentence for crimes just because it's so-called hate crime. Now, first of all, this Asian, I don't know why I said little Asian. Wow, that sounds wrong. This Asian guy got beat up by 6 or 7 other guys. I'm not sure how many there were, but some people are tweeting about, oh, these guys should get the maximum sentence for a hate crime. And, well, why shouldn't they just get the maximum sentence for being assholes and beating the shit out of some dude? So what if he was a different race or ethnicity or whatever the fuck than them? Like, why does that matter? That shouldn't matter. I think there's some law, I don't know what the law is, but it's somewhere where it says social status should not determine the crime or something. Just like if you assassinate the president, so what? His social status should not make it a bigger sentence. It's murder, okay? If it's beating the shit out of some kid for being a retard, why does it matter if... Okay, that's kind of bad, but let's say a midget comes beat the shit out of me. He might get sentenced for a hate crime and get a longer sentence. But if he beats up another midget, then it's less time? That's not right. That's not even fair. How does that make sense? What kind of justice system is this? And back to the video where the dude got beat up. Like, the fact that these guys were saying nigger, they were calling him nigger like every other word, it was just ridiculous. They sound like a bunch of hoodlums. But it's like, that all of a sudden makes it a hate crime? I mean, the dude was Asian, first of all. So why would that racial slur even matter to begin with? And that's another thing I want to talk about too. Like, how do racial slurs even get their meaning? Like, a lot of people say nigger means black. Well, if that's the case, what is so offensive about calling someone black in a different word? But I don't care. Right? I shouldn't even talk about whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to talk about that. But just because they said that word, some people are saying, oh, they should get a bigger sentence because it's a hate crime because they said that word. Well, if I go beat up a guy and call him a midget or an Asian, but he's neither of those things, or like I'm like, oh, you dirty fucking Catholic, but he just happens to be Hebrew or something, which is Jewish, like, you know, that would just make it incorrect. But using the same logic, wouldn't that make it a hate crime? I don't know. And there was another case a long time ago. I'm not sure exactly which year it happened, but apparently there was this girl and another girl inside of a Burger King or something that was inside of a state, inside of a country, inside the world. And apparently one of them bitch slapped the other and just completely fucking annihilated them. Moab, double Moab, triple Moab style. They were fucking wrecked, essentially. But apparently, the one that got their ass kicked happened to be a transgender. And the other person may not have even known this. Yeah. And then she ended up getting charged for a hate crime for it. Why the fuck does that matter? If you attack someone for being an asshole, then you're a fucking asshole and you should be sentenced for the fucking bullshit anyways. But at the same time, I do understand that you cannot be arrested and sentenced to jail or prison for being an asshole. So I can understand why people want there to be a law for hate crimes. But at the same time, the idea of it just for attacking someone that's different is completely illogical, in my opinion. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? And a bit ago, I mentioned the thing about the social status thing. This also came into play during the Michael Jackson trial, like where his doctor supposedly got charged with manslaughter, and some people in court brought up the fact that he was like a famous musician or something, and that's why he should get charged or something. I don't know. I don't remember. I read this somewhere. Whether or not it's true, I don't fucking know. But if it is true, that's just completely dumb. The fact that his social status or his title in society deemed his sentence of the doctor for giving drugs to a guy who wanted them. And it was a long time ago, so I may be taking this way out of context and way out of proportions. So if I'm wrong, someone correct me if you know. And I want to talk about a little bit about the gameplay right here. Look at that. There were so many people down that fucking little alleyway. I could have killed so many yokels. It was very upsetting how I did not get them all, but whatever. Also, I think I'm gonna start using sniper rifles more because well, I decided to use the sniper rifle to see, okay, well, since they're so easy to use, I'm gonna use it a little more. That way I can post some games, and then the people that think it's not so easy can instead of them saying, oh, if it's so easy, then you do it, well, then maybe I'll have some games with the sniper rifles, and then I'll be able to have a counter to the argument that it's not easy. I'll be like, oh, it's easy, look right here. But see you guys. See you.